Okay, our first marking out for our pencil box, we need to first of all take our dividers, set it to 5 millimeters first of all, making sure there. Dividers in hand and mark a 5 millimeter line on all sides. Make sure that you are using the steel on the edge of your bench to mark with the scribe. At this point, to save a bit of time, we need to mark the 5 on the other side also. So if we turn it over whilst we have 5 millimeters on our dividers, and repeat the same process. At this stage, change up your sizing on your dividers to 10 millimeters and repeat the same process. Turn it over, once again marking 10 millimeters on all sides. To mark your base lines, there's two options that you have. You can, first of all, you could set your dividers to 50 millimeters. To set up on the 10 to the 60, and repeat this process. The main thing you need to be aware of is make sure that your dividers are at 90 degrees to your material. Don't have them angled over, otherwise an error of parallax will occur and you won't have the 50 millimeters. The other option that you have to do is you can mark with a rule and scribe, set it up to 50 millimeters from the edge on one end, mark 50 millimeters on the other end, and join up those two lines. Okay, so this needs to be only completed on one side at this stage now, from now on. Once you've set that now, we have to go ahead and mark our fold for our joins. We mark out 10 millimeters back from our 50 millimeter line. So we can mark out 10 and also a 5 millimeter line. Then the other end here, you can see here it lines up on the 5 millimeters on that line, out to the 10, line up, scribe your line, scribe it on that mark, on your mark, scribe that line. Repeat the same process on the other end. So I've turned it around. 10, 5, 5, 10. Line up once again with your steel rule. And it folds there. On the other piece we have to mark out is our 5 millimeters the other way. So if we turn here, so it is length, our material is lengthwise, and we mark out 5 millimeters from that edge, or from that 50 millimeter base. We mark the same on the other end. And to line up that line, we don't need to draw the line the entire length. If we just take it back to the 50 millimeter line we first scribed at both ends. Repeat the same process. Five at this end, 5 at the other end. We line up on our lines, scribe the 5 on this side and 5 down on the other side here. The next line we need to do is to mark our diagonal. The diagonal comes from where the 250 lines meet, this point here, to the corner of our material. So we go out to our corner. Repeat this on all 4 corners. So from where the 250 lines meet to the outside corner, scribe the line. Our last point we need to complete on here is to mark our other cutouts. Now to do this, we need to go from where the 10 millimeter line and the 50 millimeter line, which is here on our long one, this point, through where on the other side the 50 mil and the 10 mil line meet as well, which is on that particular point there. Right, so where they meet, so point there, point there. When we scribe this line on the long edge, where it meets, and all the way through to the side. So we go from this point all the way through, though we scribe that through those points. Repeat on the other side here, line up your points from the base and scribe your line all the way across. We then repeat that on the other end also. And that's our marking out, ready prepped for cutting.